So we have some news to catch up on here today. First, the Giants have gone with Plan B when it comes to addressing their offense, as they signed former New York Met Michael Conforto to a 2-year deal. Now the deal is said to be worth $36 million. That is $18 million when you break it down to the AAV. Now, of course, Conforto underwent shoulder surgery back in April of 2022 after he sustained an injury during his off-season workout program in January of 2022. Now, his agent, Scott Boras, told reporters that Conforto is back to full health. Now, he has been throwing from 120 feet away, and he has full extension when it comes to his left-handed stroke. Now, Conforto's best season came back in 2019 with New York, when he hit 33 home runs, 29 doubles, and 92 RBIs. However, his production did take quite a dip in his last full season in the majors. That was 2021, when he hit 232, 14 home runs, 55 RBIs, and had a 729 OPS. But again, it's a low risk, high reward for the Giants here. It's a good move. I like the move. Again, only 2 years, not going to kill you. $36 million isn't terrible. Okay, he can pop 30. The win will help him. He'll hit a couple into McCovey Cove. I think it'd be a really good signing for the Giants here. I really like it. I'm surprised the Mets didn't re-sign him, but hey, the Mets are going in a totally different direction here. They're trying to be a dynasty, where the Giants are just trying to be competitive in the NL West. So, again, not what everybody expected when it came to the Giants, but I think it's a solid deal when it comes to Conforto going to San Fran. Now, next, speaking of the Giants, they made another move when it comes to bolstering their bullpen, as they added Taylor Rogers. They inked the 32-year-old to a 3-year, $33 million deal. Now, Rogers is coming off of a really good season in 2022, as he ranked in the top 10 when it comes to saves with 31. Now, these 31 saves was also a career high for Rogers, in addition to posting a personal career high in FIP, which sat at 3.32. Now, if you look at his stats, most of Rogers' saves came in San Diego, 28 out of the 31. That was before he got dealt at the trade deadline in that god-awful Josh Hader deal. I think Rogers will do really well. He'll be rejoining the NL West, not to mention he gets to spend some time with his brother, Tyler. Now next, the Phillies signed veteran reliever Craig Kimbrel to a 1-year deal worth $10 million. Now, the soon-to-be 35-year-old reliever has no doubt been one of the game's best closers in recent history. In fact, he ranks 7th on the all-time saves list with 394. Not to mention, he will be entering 2023 with a chance to earn his 400th career save. However, that doesn't mean I can ignore the immense struggles he had with LA last season. If you look at it, here's a graphic right here from Craig Kimbrel the last 3 seasons. In 2020 with the Cubs, imploded. A 5.28 ERA, just over 15 innings pitched, 16.4 Ks per 9, had a whip of 1.44, bounced back in 22, lowered that ERA down to 2.5, and the whip was much better. However, he imploded once again when he went to LA, had a 3.75 ERA, and basically lost the closer role with LA come, early September, late August. So again, not a great season for Craig Kimbrel in Dodger Blue. Now, in my opinion, on paper, this is a low-risk, high-reward for the Phillies. However, I honestly think they could have done better. $10 million in my mind is a little bit of an overpay here. A little bit. I know they have money, but I still think you got to be economical at this point here. But again, what do you expect from Dave Dombrowski? Dombrowski, like I said it, before here on the channel, he is notorious for trying to fix bullpens by adding over-the-hill relievers and hoping to squeeze a little bit out of them for the next 2-3 years. Again, he did that with Detroit. I could go through the list here. I mean, he signed up Joakim Soria. He signed up Joe Nathan, K-Rod, Fernando Rodney, Phil Koch. I mean, tons of guys he's tried to bring in to a team like the Phillies, a winning situation. The bullpen was their big bugaboo, and he's trying to fix that bullpen by signing relievers that were once top of the line players at their position who are really over the hill at this point. And that's what he's doing here with Craig Kimbrel. So I do not like the move here. Now next, the Pirates signed Rich Hill to a 1-year, $8 million deal. Now to me this deal is fine for the Pirates. If you look at it, his ERA was almost at 4.5, but his FIP was under 4, which is pretty good. Plus, he evens out that rotation for the Pirates, which is really right-hander heavy. Next, the Rangers bolstered their rotation by inking Nathan Eovaldi to a 2-year, $43 million deal. Now, to me, although this is a good move by Texas, I still don't think that they're a playoff team right here. I really don't. The offense has to show up. You got to have really good seasons from Seager, Simeon, Garcia. You got to have a really good and healthy season from DeGrom. Eovaldi has to show up. The young guys have to show up. So to me, this is not like, oh my God, they're a wild card team right here. I still think the Rays, the Mariners, and the Blue Jays are better than the Rangers. Again, nice move by Texas, but not one that will have them leapfrog in front of those really competitive teams in the American League fighting for a wild card. Next, the Dodgers are expected to release Trevor Bauer according to Jon Heyman. Now, this is not a big surprise to me. LA does have until January 6th to make an official decision on this matter. Now, they're expected to make the decision of releasing Bauer due to clubhouse chemistry reasons. According to an article from Bleacher Report, Jon Heyman said the Dodger clubhouse, quote, would prefer he'd be elsewhere, end quote. Now look, first, I think the Dodgers releasing Bauer is expected, but it's still stupid. You know, I mean, the fact that they're claiming that they're releasing him just because of some bad clubhouse chemistry, quote unquote, is the pettiest I ever heard from a major league organization. I don't know if you guys know a lot about the 1970s New York Yankees, but that clubhouse, they had some bad chemistry. I mean Billy Martin, I mean Reggie Jackson, Thurman Munson, George Steinbrenner, Chris Chambliss. I mean, I could go down the list of guys in the 1970s Yankees who had bad clubhouse chemistry. Who said you had to get along with everybody in the clubhouse? It's mind-boggling that the Dodgers, who need starting pitching, are seriously considering releasing a guy they already have in their possession who's under contract. You're paying him virtually nothing. So why not keep him? I don't get it. If they do end up releasing him, God knows why, whoever picks him up would get away with highway robbery, in my opinion. First of all, here are the teams I think that should get Trevor Bauer if he does in fact get released by LA. The Yankees, the Mariners, the Guardians, the Cubs, the Rangers, and hell, even my Detroit Tigers could use Trevor Bauer. Now, if he does hit the market and some contender picks him up, I think that would be the most underrated move this offseason. And finally, the Miami Marlins have signed Jean Segura to a 2-year, $17 million deal. Now, I think this is a really good deal for Miami. He's still a decent hitter despite his average and the RBIs dipping in 22. Now, I honestly wanted the Tigers to get Jean Segura because they need a second baseman and or third baseman. That would have been nice, but hey, maybe they go out there and they get former Marlin Brian Anderson, who's actually younger than Jean Segura, who's a third baseman. He's 30, Segura's 32, and the Marlins are going to have Segura play third, not second. So I think that's all I got. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts. Remember, guys, heroes get remembered, but legends never die. So subscribe, become a legend.